About 11 years ago, my mum was living about 250 miles away from Leeds, and she came up to come and see me the night before Mother's Day. That night was one of the most tragic events that have ever happened for me in my drug taking. The psychosis that went through my brain that night was something I'm about to talk about. It's something I wouldn't wish upon anybody, and it was drug-induced psychosis. I was taking drugs. My mum had gone to sleep that evening. I'd continued to take drugs with one of my friends, sniffing coke, drinking alcohol. He left, and I started to see things. I was delusional. I lived in a flat at this point, quite high up, a few stories up. High enough that if I jumped out, I'd be dead within seconds. Out on the balcony, I could see like lights. I thought it was like, what I talked about back then was the police taking pictures of me, people trying to kill me. Wasn't too sure it was all the paranoia and psychosis happening inside my brain, but I woke my mum up with the disturbance and was telling her quickly duck down. I had to pick up a hammer. I was that scared that somebody was going to come in and somebody was going to do stuff to us, and then I started seeing people inside the flat. I contained us both in there, and I was trying to protect my mum. She was obviously very scared. I probably didn't know what was going on at this point. It was very early days before I'd ever been diagnosed with the psychosis. And I was getting the hammer, I was smashing the fucking walls to pieces, straight through the plasterboard, big holes coming inside in the walls, thinking I was seeing people. It went on for some time. I then started moving out towards like the balcony kind of area, and she then rung the police. Yeah, the police was rung. I told her to ring the police on me because it was too much. It was out of control. These people in my head that were trying to kill me or whatever was going on inside my brain, I knew, But when the police arrived, that's when all hell broke loose. I didn't believe they were real police. I started fighting with them all. It took countless amounts of policemen. I think there's about 15 police that came in that day, and I was hiding in a room to start with. I wouldn't let them in. I barricaded up the door with wardrobes, with my bed, and I fought back against them. So I had the hammer in my hand. I was smashing my way through walls, made the biggest hole. I could have walked through it from one bedroom into the bathroom. And yeah, I continued to fight with the police. My head ended up getting smashed off a sink. I ended up with the biggest black eye. Doctors did tell me that it would be unlikely I ever seen again. But anyway, the fight went on with the police. I was obviously off of my fucking tree. Psychosis out my brain. It was all delusional thoughts and make-believe. But when you live in that moment, it's all very true, man. You'll do anything to protect yourself and your loved ones. And that's exactly what I was doing, man. Didn't believe the police were real. They got leg restraints on me and fucking battled and fought with me. I was biting them, spitting at them, fighting with them, punching, kicking them. I ended up getting taken to hospital in Leeds, LGI. And I was sectioned for the day. I remember my mum walking in. I was sat in like a waiting area, and I remember my mum walking in. I just looked at her and I burst into tears, by which point obviously I'd been sedated. I'd calmed down. I'd realised what had gone on. And that was the day I moved back down to the southwest. I left Leeds and I realised that I needed support and help. And that's when I started to realise that drugs were becoming a big problem in my life. I was lucky that day, very lucky. I was lucky I didn't get locked up, put in prison. I was lucky I didn't hurt someone. I was lucky somebody didn't get hurt. But this is what this stuff does to your brain, people. It make you believe unbelievable fucking things, man. And this is just one. I'm just picking up just one situation that's happened. This is only the very tip of the iceberg. I'm gonna talk it out over the months to come, but you think this is bad, wait till the stories I've got to tell you, man. People, be careful with this stuff. Manage your consumption, man. Google what it's like to feel under psychosis and reach out to doctors, people like myself that can help you and give you advice, because I'm telling you now, it is not nice. I never thought when I was a child, started taking drugs at 14, used to enjoy them. They used to be brilliant, man. Absolutely fucking brilliant. To make you talkative, happy, you know. I had a brilliant time, man. But I didn't see it would ever go wrong. But your brain just all of a sudden rebels against it, and it has enough. And then that's when you can't stop. Psychosis comes every time. You know the psychosis is going to come every time, but you still fucking take it. And some of these episodes, like I've just talked about that one, become severe, so severe, people's lives are in danger, man, and your own life is in danger. Take time, people, man, and consume your stuff wisely and in moderation. And if you can't, then you know it's time to admit you're powerless and get help. My heart goes out to every struggling addict out there, man. It's fucking hard work. Hardest fight I've ever done, I've ever had in my life.